Hello and welcome everybody. Today I am on a little bit of a sales pitch for my prints of my images. Now I'm going to have to put up the prices very shortly because they are so cheap at the moment that I'm sort of losing money on them. So I am going to have to increase the price. So this is giving you all an opportunity to buy them at the current price, which is going to last it's going to be about a month before I put the prices up. Now I've actually picked out a few of my images which I'll go through with you. Not particularly the ones are my favourite, but they are on in my portfolio, so they're obviously ones I like, but they're ones that I think would look particularly nice enlarged and hung on a wall. So I'm going to go through those with you, but first of all a little bit about the prints. They will all be printed by me. I can actually print up to A3 to the highest standard on Canon Pro Luster 260 paper, which is a fine art paper, or Pro Platinum, which is a glossy paper, whereas the Luster is like a semi-gloss. Depending on the image, it really depends on the paper I will use, because some suit the semi-gloss and some suit the glossy paper. Now, as I said before, I can print up to A3, so any size up to that. All the prints will be signed by me in the border, unless you particularly request them not to be, which is absolutely fine. Also included in the package will be a certificate of authenticity signed by me, and the actual print number. Just a little note, the image borders may vary depending on the image profile, so bear that in mind. A4 prints at the moment I'm doing for £28.50 and the A3 for £38.50. Postage, they will be rolled up in a large tube. For UK delivery it'll be £8.50. Outside the UK, please get in touch and I can price them up depending on what part of the world you're in. So I think that's about it. As I say, I'm now going to run through a few images with you, and I'll talk you through them, and hopefully you will like one and maybe buy them at this special price. I might just add that if there's nothing here that you like, just go to my website and the link is to be found below, and any images you find on there I can print for you anyway. So yeah, that's worth bearing in mind. So let's have a look at the first image. Okay, the first one up is this one, and believe it or not, this is actually my best-selling print up to date, and it's an image of the old pier in Swanage in Dorset, which I took probably a few years ago, but I've sort of given it my touch, which if you are conversant with my images or my website or my YouTube channel, you'll know that abstract is the sort of work that I do. So yeah, this was as I say, of the old pier in Swanage, and I was quite pleased the way this turned out. I love the colours in it, and I love the sort of textures. So yeah, that I have, as I say, I have actually sold a few of these, and enlarged on paper on the wall they look absolutely fantastic. So that's number one. Number two, oh yeah, I might be, if you see an image you like, then just make a note of the number, whether it be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever, so that when you email me via my website, you can tell me which image in this video that you particularly like. This was taken in Boulderwood, and actually I always get mixed up, there's Boulderwood one side of the road in the New Forest and the Rhine Fields on the other, and I always get confused with which is which, but I think this one was Boulderwood, but I'm sure someone will correct me, as someone did a while ago. Yeah, this was some silver birch trees, which I've sort of manipulated, and yeah, I quite like the look of this. It's this, I think, particularly would suit probably a glossy paper. I tend to find anything with reds in is best on glossy paper. It really makes the reds pop, but I think this would look really nice enlarged and hanging on a wall. So yeah, that's number two. Right, number three, this is quite a recent image that I made, and it was of some trees, actually the same place as the previous image in Boulderwood, and then with these three trees which sort of stood out for me, with the branches leaning in and meeting up with each other in an arch, and I managed to get this beautiful foreground in there. I played around with this for quite a while, and it just didn't sort of suit colour, believe it or not. As soon as I turned it into a black and white, it just seemed to suit the image and just pop. So yeah, again, I think I haven't actually printed this off, but I think this printed and enlarged would look beautiful on the wall. So yeah, that's number three. Right, number four, this was actually taken a few years ago, and it was actually featured in the article I wrote for the Amateur Photographer magazine. So yeah, I was very pleased with this. This was actually Christchurch Harbour, and I loved the sort of pastel-y colours that were in this image. Again, I think I have actually got this one on my wall in my office, enlarged into A4, and it does look beautiful. So yeah, that's number four. Number five, this is Christchurch Priory in Dorset, and this actually took me about 2 days or rather 2 visits to the Priory to get just what I wanted. The first day I went, there was a lot of sun shining through the windows on the right hand side, which was really blowing out the highlights, and it was really difficult because the actual inside of the church itself is very dark. So I went back the following day when the sun wasn't quite so severe, and I managed to capture this with a lady and her little girl. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that, but it did take a fair time to actually get. So yeah, that is number five. Number six, this was again featured in the article in the Amateur Photographer magazine. This was actually taken at Lowepro Cove on a lovely summer's day. I managed to get these people sort of standing on the beach. I particularly liked the sort of tones in this image, and again I have actually got this enlarged on my office wall. So yeah, that's one that I was very pleased with. So that's number 6. Number 7, this was some trees in the forest, New Forest, with my little sort of tweak to it. Quite happy the way that turned out. And again, I actually sold this to a friend of mine, and she had it on her wall and she was really pleased with it. So that is number 7. Number 8, this was a family on the beach. This was down at a place called Leap, which is sort of Southampton-ish way, overlooks the Isle of Wight, and they were playing on this sandbank, and I managed to get this image of them. This is done with intentional camera movement, which I don't do so much of now. Not because I dislike it, it's just that I've sort of moved on to sort of other forms of abstract, but I do still do it occasionally. But I was really pleased the way the sort of colours turned out on this. Yeah, I think I haven't actually enlarged this one, but I think it would look really nice enlarged. So that is number 8. Number 9, this was actually taken from Hythe Marina in near Southampton, and he was actually looking across the water to the dock area where the big cruise ships come into. They come into dock. You can see there's one on the actually I think there's a couple on the left hand side, and then you've got the red funnel ferry coming in from the right, and I just sort of played around with it, with the colours and various things, and yeah, I was really pleased with that one. And that is number 9. Number 10, I actually started doing a series of reflections in the water, and I was walking by a river in the forest, and there was the actual river sort of just slowly flowing over some rocks, and it was giving this absolutely beautiful pattern which is on the right hand side. And I had the reflection of the tree in the water, and on the bottom left were some bushes, and I took this shot, and I was really pleased the way this came out with the textures and the patterns and the colours. Very abstract, but I think again that would look absolutely super enlarged on the wall. So that is a number 10. Number 11, this was a strange bunch of trees, which is fairly local to me, and I've sort of looked at these trees for sort of quite a few years, thinking that they would sort of make for a good image, but I never actually sort of got round to doing it. So this time I did. I went up there and took this, and after playing around with it, with the colours and the textures and so on, this was the final image, which again I was pleased with. So yeah, that is a number 11. Number 12, this is the sort of thing that I've been doing fairly lately. This was actually taken down on Barton-on-Sea, of a girl walking on the sort of overcliff, and I took her, and I had actually I was sitting on the ground, and I was just sort of catching people as they were walking past, but it was slightly defocused, the camera, and I got this image, and I actually put an overlay or a texture on the background, which sort of made it pop, and I was really pleased with this image. So yeah, that is a number 12. Number 13, this again is from Christchurch Harbour, some boats. Again, this was intentional camera movement. After playing around with it, with the colours and various things, it reminded me of sort of going back in time with sort of galleons being moored in the harbour. Yeah, I was really chuffed with this image when I made it. So that is a number 13. Number 14, this was an image I took. Now this was actually taken I bought some glass plate magic lantern negatives, but they're not actually negative, they're positives. And I put them on a light table and took a picture of it, and then put it into editing software and just played around with it until I actually ended up with the image I liked. And you know what? I absolutely love this image. It just sort of spoke to me. Yeah, so I was really pleased with the final outcome of this little project that I did, really. So that is a number 14. Number 15, this was an image of some sailing boats coming into Poole Harbour. It was quite a sort of dull, murky day, and I took the camera down, and I didn't actually think I'd got anything, but I came back with this, and which I was really pleased with, and I thought black and white really suited it. So again, I think printed large, it would look really nice, and that is number 15. This is the penultimate one that I'm going to show you. Now this is the same girl that you saw in the previous image, but I played around with some colourings on between two glass plates, and I painted some colours. It was actually nail varnish onto the plates, and then I squeezed the two plates together, and then when you pull them apart you get this beautiful sort of almost coral effect. So I used that, and then just put the image of the girl in the background, and that was the end result, which I thought was quite effective, quite different. So that is number 16. Number 17, and this is the final one, and again this is an image of Christchurch Harbour, just a different take on the other two that I've shown you, but again I like the colours of this, I like the softness of it. It just seemed to sort of work, and I think that enlarged on the wall would be quite something. So yeah, that is number 17, and that is actually the final one I'm going to show you. Now, as I say, if you fancy one of these printed off at this price, which is going to stay for about a month, just go onto my website below, which is a link below, go into contact and just email me with the number of the image you would like, the size you would like, whether you live in the UK or not, and I will get straight back to you. The only other way to do it is make a comment below, and I can sort of liaise with you that way. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of these images. As I say, if you look at my website and there's any others on there that you really like, it's not a problem. I can print any of those that's there. Again, just get in touch with me, and we'll have a little chat about it and see what we can do price wise if you want a slightly bigger one. So I think that's about it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope there's something there that you like, something there that you think would look nice on your wall. especially at these prices, because as I say, they are going to go up quite considerably in a month or so. So yeah, until I speak to you all again, this is John Dexter. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.